Welcome back to Road to Show. This is episode 12, putting us 7 weeks out. We're definitely approaching the point where things are really getting serious, things are really starting to pick up, and prep is really starting to feel like prep. So when it comes down to updates, I've got some updates in terms of how I'm feeling mentally, physically, hunger-wise, and then PED-wise. So if you watched the last episode, I went ahead and touched a little bit on base about how I'm feeling off of the trend and everything else. This will probably be the last episode that I do give a PED update, just because I don't feel the need to give an update on PEDs every single episode moving forward, just because I've already touched base on everything. So in terms of the trend, I think this is the one like most people are interested in and hearing about. So how I'm feeling off of it, I mean, I feel really good. One thing I always heard is that when people take it, you don't feel like a superhero, you feel more like a super villain. I have not had that effect personally. Like, I don't feel any different. Like, I would say overall with everything and just being in a deficit in general, I do feel more confident about myself, but I would not say that I feel like a super villain. Like, I'm not egotistical. My ego is not through the roof. I haven't become some massive dickhead or anything. So in terms of how I'm feeling, I mean, I feel amazing off of it. My strength has been going up so much. I think that's been like my favorite part about it and the best part about it. There have been some negative side effects in terms of, I'm assuming from the trend, but the only negatives that I've really noticed are whenever I first started it, I was getting night sweats or the trend sweats where I was waking up in like puddles of sweat. And then the only other thing that I would say would be that I was experiencing more anxiety than usual. So like, I'm already an anxiety driven person. I'm just an anxious human being as it is. And if I'm not wrong, trend is a cortisol inhibiting PED. So cortisol is like the stress and anxiety hormone. So it would make sense if I was feeling more anxious as to that being it. So when it comes to the Winstrol, I haven't really noticed anything in terms of like how it makes me feel. I don't think it does anything to make you feel any differently. So Winstrol, in simple terms, hardens your muscles up. Here to look a little bit grainier, and again, it hardens your muscles and makes them pop more, especially the deeper you get into prep. But that is that. Probably the last time I'll be talking about that for a little while. The next major update would be hunger. 7 weeks out, it's what I expect hunger to be at 7 weeks out. So it's like, I eat my meal, still hungry. I'm good for like an hour energy wise too. And then after that hour marker, energy shot is just not, it's just not fully there. And then like hunger, it's there. I keep checking the time, waiting for the next meal. So it really comes down to like willpower and the dedication that I have towards it. So, but we did have our check-ins this morning. So we do have a new all-time low, 212. I think flat was the weight that we ended up weighing in at. So we're down from last week. The physique overall is starting to come in leaner and tighter. So we'll take that. But with that, we did have some meal plan changes, which I was actually extremely excited about this meal plan change. Like I read it and I had the biggest grin on my face. So we did drop some food in certain areas, but we upped my carbs, which was probably one of the best, probably one of my favorite things to see was that my carbs went up. So I think next video, we're gonna do a full day of eating 6 weeks out. So I'm very excited about that to show you guys, and then my meals and then sauces and everything that I do. Overall, no changes to cardio. I mean, it's an hour of cardio still. But all around, I mean, we're feeling good. We're feeling great. Mentally, physically, we're there. I feel like we're in a really good spot. We're 7 weeks out, so literally this is where time starts flying. Like at 10 weeks, I was like, wow, this is really gonna start flying. And then at 8 weeks, I was like, yeah, here we go. So, and we're already at 7, so I'm less than 2 months out, which is insane. We started at like 20 or 21 weeks at the beginning of this prep. So things are flying. Once we hit 6 weeks, it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. 4, 2, it's gonna be show day. And then in the next 1 to 3 weeks, Tyler is going to give me feedback and let me know if we are going to go to nationals the week after. But we probably won't have like an actual call for that until around the 4-week marker. So probably three more weeks until we know if we have a package that we do want to try to step up on stage with at a national show. If not, we'll do this show, have a good reverse dieting phase, a really good off season, try to bring on more size and mass overall. And then we'll try to compete again next year or the beginning of 2025. I'm not entirely sure. It's not my focus right now. My focus is this show and this show only. I'm not worried about post-show or anything like that. But that's a run through how we're feeling and everything. Those are the updates and prep overall so far. So sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the video that we do have. Go get you a snack. You know, it's something I've been like, wow, that sounds really good. I think it's called a fluffernutter. It's you do like a sandwich with peanut butter and then marshmallow fluff. or I feel like Nutella and marshmallow fluff as like a sandwich would be really good, like toast the buns maybe. That sounds insane. Go make you one of those. I'm actually gonna do a raw physique update for you guys right here, 7 weeks out. So we'll do that really quick and we'll get into the rest of the video. So. Pretty raw physique update. That's nothing but direct lighting right there. If there's any flaws in my physique, this is the lighting that's going to show it all. Currently out walking around the farm trying to get some steps and movement in for the day, but I did receive a comment today. It's very minuscule, but I wanted to go to touch base on it in case it was something that became more of a frequent thing said. So all the guy really said was a sarcastic thing about how I'm making such a great example using prep medicine is what he's called it. So basically PEDs. I don't want it to seem ever like it is something I am promoting or glorifying or talking highly on for people. It's like, I want to make a positive impact on people's lives. I want to motivate or inspire or even just entertain, whatever the case may be. I don't want to make the impact of you should go stick a needle in your ass. That's not the goal. The only other reason I did choose to talk about PEDs was more so just like, again, entertainment. So whatever the entertainment you may be taking out of it is, just kind of keeping up with how I'm reacting to them, how I'm feeling off of them, what I am taking, or just the educational side of, oh, he's taking this and this is how he feels. Okay, sweet. And be as open and transparent and honest with you guys. But like I said, this is gonna be one of the last episodes and one of the last times that I do talk about it so frequently. And it was a very minuscule comment, but if one person is thinking or saying it, other people are gonna be thinking and saying it. So I just wanted to touch base on it and cover that topic as a whole. So yeah. We're gonna do a car talk, a little one-on-one talk about prep and kind of just what I'm thinking about it so far. So we're 7 weeks out. I would say prep is teaching me a lot, as not only as a man, but as an individual as a whole. So I'd say that it's teaching me a lot about dedication, commitment, responsibilities, mental fortitude. Another thing I'd say that it's taught me a lot about is overall just mental health. So I've always been aware of mental health. I'm always an advocate for making sure that you are mentally as healthy as you possibly can be and taking care of yourself and your mentality and everything. But when you're putting your body through the stress that you do throughout prep, I think it's just a whole different level. One thing I've been thinking about, and I think it is a good idea to possibly do, is see a therapist and talk to a therapist. And I always thought that to see a therapist, you had to have something wrong going on in your life, like terribly or mentally or whatever it may be. And that's one thing I would say that I'm definitely learning not only throughout prep, but just growing up as an individual, is that you don't have to have something majorly wrong to go and see a professional and talk to somebody about whatever it may be going on. It could be something little. It could literally just be about prep. It could be about whatever it may be. I think that it's something that is negatively looked upon. They might think that there's something wrong with you, or that you don't have what it takes to do something just because you're talking to somebody. But I'm learning that it's okay if you feel the need to, talk to somebody. I mean, I never thought I'd be at a point where I would be like, oh, I want to speak to a professional, but I think there's a whole different level of talking to family and friends, and then talking to a licensed therapist about whatever it is that's going on, or that you're facing throughout your life. I'd say a big person that I learned that from too was C-Bum, because he's talked about it a few times in some video clips that I've seen, where he said that in prep, he sees a therapist multiple times a month leading all the way up to show day, and he's open about it, and that doesn't mean that there's anything seriously wrong with C-Bum or anything, like mentally or physically or whatever. It's just like a healthy thing to do, because the stress that you put your mind and body through going through a prep, I understand it now. And he even said, like, in off season, whenever he's not in prep, he's still seeing a therapist, and he's talking to his therapist and seeing somebody. So, but overall, I'm loving prep. It's such a fun thing. It's a great thing. I think it's definitely something I see doing long term. But again, this is my first prep. It's not even over yet, so we're gonna see as the weeks and the months go on, and we'll see how the reverse dieting goes, and then the off season too, and how we're feeling, and kind of take it from there. So that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe. That's gonna be it for this one. I'll see you guys next week.